Hello and welcome to another rousing edition of Trending Topics with BB. I am your humble host, Brooke Brown, hence the BB. Well, we are back for a series of episodes. I'm trying to release these as quickly as I can, but as I have mentioned in previous episodes, I do have a day job, which gets in the way. Now, before I introduce my guests, because it is a duo and a special conversation, I do want to remind you to head over to trendingtopicswithbbpodcast.com for all past and present episodes and all of the social media links that you need to follow. And I appreciate all of you who have found this podcast on any platform. That website that I just mentioned, trendingtopicswithbbpodcast.com, also has many links to the many platforms, because this podcast can be found on pretty much any podcasting platform available on the interwebs. And speaking of this, it has come to my attention that I have never given out an email address for contact. So to just simply send us a note with any feedback, positive or constructive, please email bbmediaindustries, one word, @gmail.com. That is the best email address to send anything concerning this podcast, whether that be you love this podcast, you hate this podcast, or you just want to send a note of feedback. That'd be great. Well, now that the housekeeping is out of the way, I had the honor and pleasure of attending Dream State Southern California recently, which actually, if you go back almost a year and a half ago on this podcast, I did a recap of my attendance of Dream State San Francisco. But Dream State Southern California 2018 was fantastic. There was many awesome artists throughout trance that was featured in this particular event, and along the lines of that, there was a lovely meet and greet created to allow fans, artists, and anybody with some sort of media connection, such as this podcast, sit down and have wonderful chats concerning trance. It was in the form of a mixer. It's a meet and greet. There was a lot of people there. So when you listen to this episode, this is your warning. You will hear background noise of other people talking. I hope that is not a distraction from our conversation. It was hard to find a specific area of the patio that we were on that allowed for perfect acoustics. So I do want to apologize ahead of time for any background noise, and hopefully that is, again, not a distraction. But that leads me to announce who I did speak to in this episode, and that is the duo that is now called Astrosphere, which is comprised of Driftmoon and Robert Nickson, two awesome gentlemen that you will hear that is very passionate about trance music and going forward with their collaboration that is really taking the trance scene by storm. So without further ado, I give you my chat with the wonderful Astrosphere. Today's sponsor is Vibration. Vibration provides designer hydration packs designed to make you look cool, keep your stuff safe, and stay hydrated at music festivals and events. Their holographic designs add to your festival ensemble. Make sure you get your pack using promo code BB Media Industries LLC to save 10% on your new pack on Vibration.com. Oh, and one more thing. Free shipping on orders over $75. Hashtag Life's a Party. Stay hydrated.
Awesome. So, are you enjoying the Dream State stuff, or?
Absolutely hate it.
Okay.
It's
No,
awful.
I love it.
It's god awful. Like it was a waste of money even going here in the first place.
No, well,
It's awesome.
That's awesome.
I want to thank you guys for sitting down with me, and I'm
Of course.
my first question before we get into the good stuff is I always like to ask people, what got you into making trance? What got you into the scene? Where did your journey start? Whoever wants
Depression.
Depression.
No, if she wants honest answer, I will give her honest answer. No, my parents divorced when I was 11. That's the same time when I heard the first trance music, and it kind of intertwined in my head, I guess. So for me, yeah, it always started from bad memories. So
But the best music is made from sadness, isn't it, though?
very, very true. Yes, very, very true.
No, for me, it wasn't as sad as that. No, I love the music. I got to do this. I started buying some records, and I realized
Can I interrupt? How old were you? I don't even know.
I was 21 when I signed out there, so I was around 18, 19 when we started that. Started producing it. For me, I got to do this. I realized the DJing, that's one thing, but I want to make the music. I want to be able to do what these guys are doing.
And was there a particular track or artist that you saw that sparked that in either one of you?
Very Corson for me, more than anyone.
Yeah.
More than anyone.
He wasn't the first artist I've heard. First that was Paul van Dyk, of course, because he was the only one available, in post-communistic Slovakia. So, and Ferry, I heard Ferry in 1999. Yeah, almost at the hit of Millennium with Out of the Blue, and I was like, oh my god, yes.
So you're excited for tonight's
Oh yeah,
return?
absolutely. We'll be there.
Okay.
We'll be there.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Do you have, other than Out of the Blue, is System F one of your favorite aliases of his, or do you like Goriello?
Not even close.
I don't know. He's on to so many on. I don't know. I'm a fanboy.
I like his handprint. What he does with the music. I don't care what the alias is. If he's making it as a Ferry Corsten Goriella System F, or what was it, Valhalla, or how was it called? Another one he had, Vimana Brothers, and
right.
I don't really care what's the name. I just care about the music. You can always hear it's Ferry.
Yeah.
In
right.
every single track, you can hear it's Ferry.
Right. So I heard you saying earlier that you don't listen to as much tracks. You just like producing it. Is that a personal thing? Is that you like to gather sounds from different, other than trance?
To repair the statement a little bit, I only listen to trance from people I actually know they know what they're doing.
Gotcha.
So I used to listen to a lot of State of Trance, group therapy, all the radio shows, and I stopped doing that years ago because I don't have time now. So I could count on one hand how many people's music I actually listen to when it comes to trance. I am very critical about music, and if someone is being repetitive and not developing as an artist, as every artist should,
right.
Artists shouldn't stagnate at a certain point. They should always evolve. It doesn't have to be to the good way, it can be to the bad way, but they should always evolve. They should always try to better themselves in their art. And it doesn't have to mean that the music has to be better. No, the music just has to evolve.
Right.
That's what I hear with Robert's music, that's what I hear with Ferry Corsten
right.
music. When Ferry went really progressive a few years ago, people hated him for that.
I loved it though, because it was a change in the scene.
It was awesome.
He went progressive?
Yeah, he went really deep, like 130 BPM. He started with electro trance.
The electro era.
Then he went deep. Then he went really uplifting, and now he settled somewhere in the middle. But every artist, it doesn't have to be a producer. It can be a videographer. It can be a painter. It can be a hairdresser.
Right.
I consider that an art, in its own form, and it should always evolve.
Right.
And honestly, I don't believe 99% of the trance producers evolve. They stagnate, in my opinion.
Okay, along those lines, do you guys agree that maybe because the scene is what it is now, which is kind of a good bet, what I'm getting at is some people are overcritical in the wrong way. Like, are so loyal to specific sounds or specific aliases or specific artists that they don't want to look outside the realm.
Oh yeah, I think trance is probably the worst genre for people being so pedantic about.
You don't have this in techno or house.
I don't.
That's what I agree.
There's one particular forum whose name we shan't mention, and I love reading on it because I just honestly I just like to see for the comments. I just go to just sit there with a bag of popcorn, just reading the comments.
Yeah, they seriously hate everything.
So, I love that you guys have collaborated, and I love that it's a genuine respect for each other. Do you think that needs the scene going forward needs people like yourself to continue the positivity in the scene? Because it just seems like, even though it seems popular I've been listening since the early 90s myself, and I like the evolution of everybody as an artist. But it just seems when people are always overcritical to the extent that they only like...
I honestly believe that everyone is trying to get shortcut to success.
Because of the EDM boom?
Maybe because of that, maybe because techno is super popular, maybe because everyone else is doing it. That's what I hear all the time. But the point is, I was raised by my father, and he always told me never take shortcut to success. Like, it always takes time, and it takes years, not months. It takes years.
Yeah.
Like, you can have one successful track and then nothing for years. And there are so many guys and girls as well. It's not. Thankfully, it's not a man-dominated genre anymore. Like, the girls are getting into production, which I think is awesome. And you can feel that they just want to get to that point of being successful and famous super quickly. But that comes with a responsibility.
Right.
Not towards the people, but towards yourself.
Right.
Because when you just want to be successful, you treat your music very differently. You treat it as a product and not as a piece of art which it should be. Honestly, I think I'm speaking on behalf of Robert as well. We don't really care.
You just like to have fun and enjoy the music.
No, we like to make the music which we love.
Right.
Like,
but isn't that what it's about? It should
It should be.
It shouldn't be about what you think other people want or what the industry wants of you. It should be what you guys love to do, right?
Yeah, it should be like that.
I mean, I come from a musician background, not necessarily in trance, but that's kind of why I connected to the music, because I feel like it's about the passion and the strive to just enjoy the music as opposed to being famous or whatever it is. And that's why I love this music of the 90s. But what I don't agree with is the over, like, I gotta be better than you, or I gotta, kind of...
I know exactly
vibes.
what you're trying to say.
And it rubs off into other fans. And I'm not trying to take this negative, and just what I've observed as a fan myself. I love the music, and I just want to enjoy the music with people that enjoy music, right? So, is it the same way being an artist? I mean, it seems like, you guys get along, obviously, but I know that not all artists get along. I know there's shit that goes on, so...
I guess artists don't get along because, you hear someone do something, you think that just... I don't think it's jealousy or pettiness or anything like that. You just hear something, how can that work? How can someone get away with that? It sounds horrific, and how can someone get away with it? And maybe that's where negativity comes from between artists. But
trance is a very, very jealous genre.
Is it because some people can DJ better than others?
I don't think anything has to do with DJing. Yeah.
No.
Because I've heard that from other people where they're strictly come from the back of the DJ producer segment. Some people, I don't know if that makes sense.
It's not that. Definitely not that. No, me and Robert, we are very judgmental towards our own music.
Well, that's good though.
Yeah, it is, but
I think it's healthy.
Not everyone is. Some people just don't care,
Wow.
and they think like, that's fine. It works, whatever.
So, in that sense, what would motivate you to stay within trance?
Oh, we're staying within trance. I don't need a motivation.
no,
You're okay.
Yeah, we're okay.
I know you play an event, you play a new track, and it smiles on people, or you play a vocal track, and you can turn the volume down, and you hear everyone sing along to it. Or I remember the first time I played out there, I didn't turn the volume down, but I could just see all the lips move with them singing along with the lyrics, and it's amazing. Just those type of moments. It's just you go to some event and they're horrible, and there's not many people showed up. You think, oh, why am I still doing this? And then there are the events where just everything is just awesome, and you just have a great time, and those are the ones that just truly remind you why you are doing this.
So, what prompted you two to collaborate in the first place, other than...
So we met before, but then we saw each other again at a festival about a year ago. And then we were talking about because he was doing a live show with
opening ceremony
with live instruments. I'd just done one as well, and we were speaking about that, and it just sort of carried on from there. And then he liked the track that I sent him, or the start of the track, which we called Piano ID at the time.
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome. Yeah.
And so we just started working on that, and then we thought we should do this under a sort of a project name instead. And it was quite crazy, really, because we we got booked to play Luminosity. We hadn't released a single track yet.
I've listened to that. So continue.
We hadn't released a single track, hadn't played a single show. I think we also got booked for Dream State without a single track out or anything like that.
It's mind-boggling. I don't know how that happened. Like
because people like you guys separate but together, just everybody thinks it's. I feel like the energy is just out there in the world.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. So, but yeah, no. I mean, from there,
I like to think about it. People know that both me and Robert are professional, and we take our stuff very seriously.
Which is probably why you've already been booked.
I think that's the reason why they were like, yeah, they will deliver. Like they will not be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So I honestly believe that was the only reason. Like, I think that the reputation of myself and Robert as a solo artist took its toll, and they were like, okay, they will deliver. Because I don't see another reason why anyone would book musicless artists with nothing. I mean, yeah, we can produce fairly quickly compared to anyone else because I can make a track in 2 days, fully finish, and just send it to label and don't care about it because I know it's finished. And I know some people. I'm one of the guys. I never understand how someone can get to a project which is like 5 years old and just finish it and it sounds good. I always think the music should be done in the moment you feel it.
Right, instead of carrying it on.
If it doesn't work, delete the project, don't save it. Just you have the musical ideas in you because you made it, and that's what people realize because everyone is like, oh, I'm not sure if it works. I don't really care if it works. Neither does Robert because we make the music from the heart. And I know it's such a cliche thing to say, like we make music from the heart. But if it doesn't give me goosebumps or Robert goosebumps, I can't.
Then what's the point of putting it out?
Yeah, I can't expect anyone else to have goosebumps for us, you know.
Right.
And yeah,
it'll be the ultimate test in a few hours, won't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be there. But so, I mean, I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time.
No, it's fine. Absolutely, go on.
But so, when you guys came up to collaborate and came up with the name, is that something significant to what you both? I mean, I think it's great because people are like, ooh, Astrosphere. It's kind of mysterious, but people know you guys separately, you know what I mean?
I always tend to name my tracks with some kind of spacey theme, and I'm really trying to step away from that because it's becoming a little cliche, but
somewhere in space-time,
heliopause, all that, it's all very spacey.
But you got a lot of people that love space, so like yourself. I mean,
yeah, but
Ferry,
you know, it just
Ferry has did Blueprint, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we know science fiction is out there.
Oh
or
yeah,
is it fiction? Yeah. You know,
we are both geeks, different geeks, but we are both geeks.
That's awesome. So to kind of going forward, you guys have stuff you're gonna debut tonight. Is it?
All of it, basically.
I think all but 2 tracks.
All but 2 tracks which were released, which is Viola Remix, which was released few weeks ago, and Fire Which Burns Us All.
I love that track, by the way.
Thank you.
It's been on repeat for months now.
That was the most random track we ever done.
It was, yeah.
I heard it a couple times on some of the podcasts. I heard it on Marcus's.
Yeah, Marcus was hammering it.
Yeah, but then I just start playing it on my way to work.
I think you will love the set tonight.
Okay.
Well, honestly, I'm so happy with some of the stuff we've been doing. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, it's just we have that new track, Piano ID, which is now called
What Lies Between the Stars.
What Lies Between the Stars. Again, another spacey title.
Just keep going.
That's out next week, I think.
Next week.
I mean, that's one I've been waiting for it to be released for I don't know how long now. I just want to,
I'm personally looking forward for 4 tracks, and those are the ones which we signed to or are going to sign to Cold Harbor.
and those.
Because sweet.
We have two styles of Astrosphere music, which is Robert's style and my style. My style is the slower one. I don't want to call it more technical, but different. And Robert's style is the faster tracks, which are usually originally his ideas. Then I take over and we kind of finish them together. And every track sounds totally different to one another. I find it really mind-boggling that every track is totally different tonight, which I absolutely love, by the way, because they all sound so different. But you can hear that someone made them, like one person or two people made them.
You can hear who was the captain of the track.
Yeah. He was the captain of the track.
That's what. Yeah. I think Marco V used that term. He produced with Benjamin or something.
Ben Creek.
he produced with someone years ago, and I always say, you know, I'm the captain of the ship for that track, and he's the captain of the ship for that track, and it's exactly what we do with this. You know,
Basically.
This is sort of my idea, so I'm the captain of this one. I'm gonna.
You know, the thing is that when I send Robert ideas, he either tells me it works and it doesn't, and if it doesn't, I don't throw him a fit. Oh my God, how do you think? Why do you think it doesn't work? No, if it doesn't work, then we scrap it and we use the different track. Like, it's so laid back and easy going with Robert, and I absolutely love that part of our working process. Because I know that if he doesn't like this demo, he will like the next one, or the next one, or the next one. Like, we will get to the point when we are both comfortable with the melody and the structure, then we can deliver Astrosphere track together.
Do you think that's why this collaboration is working as well as it is? Because
One of the reasons.
I've heard other collaborations where it's tooth and nail and they're fighting so hard for their sound.
I never fought with Robert a second in my life, and I don't think that will happen. We are just not fighting compatible.
Well, I mean, there's so much better things to do with your time than fight, right? So.
No, the thing is that I know Robert's musicality and I know he can deliver. And just because he sent me something which I don't like, which I don't think happened, by the way, so far, but if he will send me something I don't like, I know that I will say, okay, Robert, let's not use, you can have it as Robert Nickson if you want, but it's not like Astro material. And I will wait one day and he will, not even one day, a few hours, and he will send me something else. So that's what I love, because I know that he will deliver. I'm not judgmental, and I know that he will deliver. And that's, I have all my hope. I wouldn't even call it hope. I know that it will happen. I don't have to push it. I don't have to ask. It will just happen.
Awesome.
And I know other people are stressing out because they think like, oh, other person will focus on the solo career. It's not like that with us. Because we have enough time and we are efficient enough that I know that this stuff will happen.
What's up, motherfuckers? Riverside, motherfucker.
She
I'm
just
staying
got
in
real.
Riverside.
She just got real.
It just got real.
So going.
You don't care, I don't care.
Are you guys gonna? I mean, obviously we just talked about the track. So are you guys gonna continue to tour?
Yeah, man,
together
when I'm in Rotterdam,
next
I'll
year?
show up
and then we.
That's the plan, yeah, sure.
We want to deliver even better live experience. So I know that we will have way more material February by later.
Yeah.
And we need to think about how to structure the live show, because I would love to bring my cello, he would love to bring his guitar, but it's just not doable all the times.
Right.
So
I play sax.
send you.
So I know.
You know, playing cello or violin on Luminosity is just a death threat. It's
But
like,
it's so original.
yeah, but you have the wind, you have the sand, and
So you practiced?
not yet.
Everything's
We'll get there.
flawless?
We're leaving in 45 minutes.
Yeah, sound check.
I have sound check. Yeah, you brought your, what is that?
Not correct.
No, I've had enough yesterday. Thought there was, what was it again? Chloroform in it. Like, hey. He made that joke like once. I can't remember what.
Basically just took over the interview, yeah.
It's all right.
Oh, you're interviewing?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know.
That's all right.
Sorry.
I love seeing it.
Me too. He cracks me up.
He's awesome.
So yeah, I don't want to keep. I know you guys had to go to sound check and stuff, but I appreciate you guys sitting down and
No, absolutely.
chatting with me, and hopefully we'll get you guys to Arizona. I mean, we're building the scene in Phoenix, and you come this time of year, it's this kind of weather. Don't come through.
So summer,
No,
April.
I've been there in the summer. Yeah, it's hot.
It's
god awful or just awful?
It's pretty awful.
it's like think of it. You're in a baked oven all the time during the summer because it's a
What's the
dry
humidity level?
No, that's
It's
good.
dry heat. See,
That is the better heat though, to be fair.
that's what most people say. It's we don't have.
Have you been to Bangkok? Okay, then you would understand what the horrible weather is.
Same in
Imagine,
Miami
imagine,
or
okay,
Florida,
imagine 110 degrees and 95% humidity.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you-
We have 110 degrees, but about 30% humidity.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
That's doable because you can cool yourself. But if you're constantly wet, and you're not even sweating, you're just wet all the time because you breathe the air and you breathe water. Bangkok can be so,
Awesome. So, well, thank you guys again for doing this.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
And I'll definitely put the links into, I don't know, if you guys want to give me a link to a track or your SoundCloud,
Yeah.
I'll put that in the description. And,
We'll link the new one.
all right. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.